Aha! Still trying to get the timing right. What's happening, y'all? It's me. Today is August 9th. Happy birthday, Eric. 2024. Today's short show is about hate speech because, damn, look at this, man. Look at this stuff.
The offence of incitement to racial hatred involves publishing or distributing material which is insulting or abusive, which is intended to or likely to start racial hatred. So if you retweet that, then you're republishing that, and then potentially you're committing that offence. And we do have dedicated police officers who are scouring social media. Their job is to look for this material and then follow up with identification arrests and so forth. So it's a really, really serious. People might think they're not doing anything harmful. They are, and the consequences will be visited upon them.
And this is from let's see. Well, it's from, let's see, this is the one with the Look, guys, everybody, people of England, I implore you, figure this out, okay? We've been doing this for 200 years over here. You guys are fucking it all up. People around the world, worldwide, should realize at this point that words, you can't make just any old words and insults into crimes, all right? If it's not a plan or some shit like that, insults don't count. And you guys have just got to get over it. I can't believe you're regressing. I mean, here we are, hundreds of years later. There was a rhyme, sticks and stones, learn it. Every American school kid knows this rhyme, and it very clearly lays out the situation. This is what we teach our children to get them to be calm. And you guys are reacting like children, honestly. Look, you have to understand something about offensiveness. You can't make the standard be subjective offensiveness. That is to say, you can't allow the victim to identify when they're offended, because that's not the standard. The standard is, did the person intend some offense? And it's very important, and here's why. Because all we can ask of people in the universe from a law enforcement perspective is that they intend to do well. If you get that, you've eliminated 99% of all the bad crimes. I mean, all the bad crimes go away without intent. So, I mean, there's just mistake left after that. I mean, it's such a tiny percentage of the bad crimes. We can live with that much more easily. We can live with that easily. And we can deal with that stuff on the intersocietal level of, hey, man, that's not cool. Instead of, we're going to arrest you and ruin your life and beat you to a pulp and all that kind of stuff. And yet here they are going absolutely backwards. I mean, look, I hate to break it to you guys, but racism, at some point, you're just going to have to get over it. You're just going to have to get over it. Because at some point in the far future, if we can imagine a society that doesn't turn everything into racism, it's because they've finally gotten over it, right? So at some point, some generation is going to have to be the first generation to really get over it. Now, as Generation X, I can tell you, we did, at least in our area, all right? I don't know where you guys grew up, and I'm sure there's pockets of racism left. Louisiana, I'm looking at you. But for the most part, you just blow it off. It's words. You just do. And look, there's so many things that are racial that aren't racist, okay? There's nothing wrong with watermelon and chicken, okay? If you say somebody eats watermelon and chicken, how is that fucking racist? How the fuck is that racist? There's nothing wrong with watermelon or chicken, okay? So it just, You're just inferring offense out of that, okay? And when you infer offense where none is intended, you're not actually offended. You're just wrong. So that's just on you. I mean, you can go around life being wrong, but it's just on you. So it's not on the people who you think offended you, because they didn't, because they weren't trying to, and that's the standard. Being from Kenya, there's nothing wrong with being from Kenya. So it's not racist to say the president was born in Kenya. Right? It may disqualify him from being president of the United States under the Constitution, but it's not racist, because there's nothing wrong with being from Kenya. You guys got to draw a distinction there. It's real. The distinction is real. If somebody says that you're smart because you're Asian, that's not racist, okay? It's just not. It doesn't matter that it qualifies you because of your race, okay? Because it's positive. It's a good thing. So you can't infer negativity. Or you can infer the negativity, but it's not intended. And if you do it where it's not intended, you're just wrong. So can't believe we have to go over this. And then there's the issue of sarcasm. Like if you think for 1 second that you could enforce words, and this is where you're going with that. Just imagine all the different ways that things can be said, and all the different ways that offense can be inferred. You're crazy. You're crazy to go down that road. It's insanity, and everybody needs to just grow up, get over it, and things will be a lot better. All right? Sticks and stones. Remember the rhyme.